Hello and welcome back to Listen to English Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Amy. We are really happy to be here with you again for another episode to help you improve your English and also maybe learn something useful for your life.
Exactly, Amy. And today, we are talking about something that I think everyone thinks about sometimes, and that's being self-disciplined. It's about how to be strong inside and do the things you want to do, even when it's not easy.
Oh, self-discipline. It sounds like a big word, doesn't it? But it's something that's really important for all of us. I think everyone wants to be more self-disciplined in some way, right? Whether it's about studying English, going to the gym, or just finishing tasks at work or home.
Definitely. I think we all have goals and things we want to achieve. Maybe you want to get better at English, maybe you want to learn a new skill, or maybe you just want to eat healthier. But sometimes it's hard to actually do the things you know you need to do. That's where self-discipline comes in.
Yes, it's like we know what we should do, but actually doing it is the difficult part. We might feel lazy, or we get distracted, or we just don't feel like it. It's a very common problem. I know I feel like that sometimes.
Me too. And I think many people think that self-discipline is something you either have or you don't. Like some people are just born with it, and others are not. But I don't think that's true, do you, Amy?
No, I really don't. I think self-discipline is like a muscle. You can make it stronger with practice. It's not something you are just born with. It's something you can learn and improve. And that's good news for all of us.
Exactly. So in this chapter, Chapter 1, we're calling it Be Strong Inside. We are going to talk about what self-discipline really means in simple words. And we will give you some easy tips to start building your own self-discipline muscle.
So, let's start with the basics. What does self-discipline actually mean? If we want to explain it in very simple English, how would we do that?
Well, in simple words, I think self-discipline is about being able to control yourself and do what you need to do, even when you don't really feel like it. It's about making yourself work towards your goals, even when it's boring or difficult.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. It's about having the strength inside to choose to do the things that are good for you in the long run, instead of just doing what feels easy or fun in the moment. It's like choosing to study English even when you'd rather watch TV.
Exactly. It's about making those choices that help you reach your goals. And it's not about being perfect all the time. It's just about being able to push yourself and stay focused on what you want to achieve.
So, why is self-discipline so important? Why should we even bother trying to be more self-disciplined? What's the big deal?
Well, I think self-discipline is important because it helps you achieve your goals. Think about anything you really want to do in life. Learn English, get a good job, start a hobby, be healthy. All of these things need some level of self-discipline. You can't just wish for them to happen. You have to work for them.
That's so true. Goals are like destinations, and self-discipline is like the car that takes you there. You can have a map and know where you want to go, but without a car, you're not going to get very far. Self-discipline is the thing that moves you forward.
And it's not always easy or fun to drive that car, is it? Sometimes there's traffic, sometimes it rains, sometimes you feel tired and just want to stop. But if you want to reach your destination, you have to keep going. That's self-discipline in action.
And it's not just about big goals like getting a new job or learning a language. Self-discipline is also important for smaller, everyday things, like getting up on time in the morning, doing your homework, or helping with chores at home. It's about being responsible and doing what you need to do in your daily life.
Yes, it's about building good habits. And good habits make your life easier and better in the long run. If you are self-disciplined, you are more likely to be organized, reliable, and successful in whatever you do.
So, we know self-discipline is important. But how do we actually become more self-disciplined? It sounds like a big task. Where do we even start?
Well, I think the best way to start is with very small tasks. Don't try to change everything at once. If you want to build your self-discipline muscle, you need to start with light weights, not heavy ones.
That's a great idea. So, instead of saying, I'm going to study English for 3 hours every day, which might feel very hard and scary. You start with something much smaller and easier.
Exactly. Start with something really, really small. Maybe just say, I'm going to study English for 10 minutes today. Or even just, I'm going to open my English book today. Something so easy that it's almost impossible to say no to.
So, the idea is to make it so easy that you actually do it. And then, once you've done it, you feel a little bit of success, and that makes you want to do it again.
Yes, that's the magic of small tasks. It's about building momentum. Once you get started, it's much easier to keep going. And when you complete a small task, you get a little feeling of achievement. That feeling makes you more motivated to do more.
It's like starting a car in the winter. It's hard to start when it's cold, but once the engine is running, it's much easier to keep it going. Small tasks are like that little push to get your engine started.
Perfect analogy, Amy. And it's important to start really small. Don't underestimate the power of tiny steps. If you want to build a new habit, like studying English every day, start with just 5 minutes a day, or even just 1 minute a day. The important thing is to start and to be consistent.
So, consistency is key? Doing a little bit every day is better than trying to do a lot once in a while?
Absolutely. Imagine you want to learn to play the guitar. If you try to practice for 5 hours on Saturday but then don't touch the guitar for the rest of the week, you won't make much progress. But if you practice for just 15 minutes every day, you will improve much faster over time. Consistency is more important than intensity, especially when you are starting.
Okay, so start small and be consistent. That's the first step. What's next? How else can we build self discipline?
The next thing is to make a simple plan. Having a plan makes it much easier to stay focused and know what you need to do. It doesn't have to be a complicated plan. Just a simple idea of what you want to achieve and how you are going to do it.
So, for example, if my goal is to improve my English, my plan could be something like I will study English for 15 minutes every day after breakfast. Is that a good plan?
That's a great plan. It's specific, it's realistic, and it's easy to follow. The more specific your plan is, the better. Instead of just saying, I want to study English more, say exactly when, where, and for how long you are going to study.
And writing it down might help too, right? Making it more real and less like just an idea in my head?
Definitely. Writing your plan down makes it more concrete. You can write it in a notebook, on your phone, or even just on a piece of paper and stick it on your wall. Seeing your plan written down every day will remind you of your goals and help you stay on track.
And what should be in this plan? Just the time and the task? Or should it be more detailed?
For a simple plan, just the task and the time is enough. But you can also add other things if you want. For example, you can write down what exactly you are going to study during those 15 minutes. I will study 10 new vocabulary words and do 1 grammar exercise. That's even more specific.
So, the more specific, the better. It helps to avoid that feeling of, okay, I need to study English, but what exactly should I do? If you have a plan, you already know what to do and you can just start.
Exactly. And having a plan also helps you to say no to distractions. If you know that you have planned to study English at 7 p.m., it's easier to say no to watching TV or scrolling on your phone at that time. You have a commitment to yourself.
That makes sense. So, we've got start small, be consistent, and make a simple plan. Social media, messages, notifications. It's so easy to get lost in my phone and forget what I was supposed to be doing. And maybe also the TV. If the TV is on, it's hard for me to concentrate on anything else. So, if my phone is a distraction, I should maybe put it in another room when I want to study, or turn off notifications.
Exactly.
It's like making it easier to be self disciplined. If you remove the temptations, it's less of a struggle to stay focused. Okay, Remove distractions. Got it. What about making it more fun? Self-discipline sounds a bit serious and boring. Is there a way to make it more enjoyable? Rewards? Like chocolate? So, after I study English for 15 minutes, I can reward myself with 10 minutes of social media time? Or a cup of tea and a biscuit.
That's a great plan.
It's like training yourself in a good way. Like training a dog with treats. But for humans, we use things we enjoy as treats. And what if you don't do well? What if you plan to study for 15 minutes, but you only manage 5 minutes? Or you skip it completely? Should you punish yourself? So, if you fail sometimes, it's okay? It doesn't mean you are not self-disciplined or that you should give up. It's like if you fall down while learning to ride a bike. You don't just stop trying to ride a bike, do you?
Exactly.
You get up, dust yourself off, and try again. And with that, we're wrapping up today's episode. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe. Your support means the world to us. See you next time.
Yes, it really helps us keep creating more content for you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.